What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back live for another Madden 21 rebuild. I will say, for those of you that are waiting for the realistic rebuilds, I have completed the 2021 draft, about halfway done the 2022 draft. I'm hoping by kickoff next week, maybe we'll have our first realistic rebuild. But today, we're still sticking with those Madden-generated draft classes, which have really bad O-linemen. And we're taking over a team that probably needs a little help on the offensive line. Today, we are doing Matt Rhule and his Carolina Panthers. I'll say right out the bat, just from a football standpoint, I actually really do like this hiring of Matt Rhule. I've followed him in college since he was at Temple, really made Temple into a competitive program. Like, there was a point in time that I actually thought Temple would beat Penn State at Link. And it was very close. And then he went off to Baylor after Baylor had all those controversies and stuff, made Baylor into a very legitimate team. So I'm honestly saying, out of like, if you give me the last 10 coaches that have jumped from college to the NFL, the one that I'm most optimistic about might be Matt Rhule. So it's an exceptional hire. This was a team that I really want to use for my Madden 21 franchise. It's just a little too overpowered. They got a little bit more adversity to work with the Detroit Lions, and the storyline of, Teddy Bridgewater, little similar to what we were doing with Derek Carr in Madden 20. Either way, I really want to get this rebuild done because I really want to play with Carolina. So looking at the roster here, at the quarterback spot, I mean, I'm thinking right now, who's going to make the thumbnail? Who's going to make the ever-important rebuild thumbnail? And, you might think it's McCaffrey, but if Teddy Bridgewater in these next 5 years can complete that career revival, that career rebuild within a rebuild, I mean, it could be the Teddy Bridgewater show. Now, we're probably going to draft a quarterback. It's probably not going to work out too hot, but I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to absolutely give Teddy Bridgewater a chance to develop into a potential franchise quarterback. 'Cause he's getting paid like one. He's not getting paid like a proven franchise quarterback, but he's getting paid by a guy who has that ceiling. So let's see what he can do, man. Let's absolutely see what he can do. You got Will Greer here, the XFL MVP, PJ Walker, but it's Teddy's show. At running back, the best running back in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey. It's awesome. I mean, it's never, it's not really about race, but as someone myself that was a white running back, and every time I went to combines and workouts, they're like, oh, you're a linebacker, right? It's like, no, I play running back. And they'd be like, it's in today's climate of racial tensions, it is very much not even blipping on the radar. But I will say that there's not a lot of white running backs, and as someone that played running back and did have some, I don't know what the word would be. People were assholes that I was a white guy that played running back, essentially, where I lived. And see McCaffrey play really well. It's awesome, man. And I totally get, in a ways, the ways that people were relating to Michael Vick and Donovan McNabb and stuff like that when I was just first starting getting into football. And I kind of get that with McCaffrey a little bit. He's easily one of my favorite players in the NFL. He's amazing. Underrated running back. He's an all-purpose back, but man, he's a straight-up running back. You watch him play. When he actually runs between the line of scrimmage, he's a running back. He's really damn good, and I think easily right now the best running back in the National Football League. Outside of that, I mean, there are some depth guys, but it's a McCaffrey show. He's the face of this franchise. Fullback, we got Armara there. Wide receiver. Now, this is probably the biggest reason why I didn't want to be Carolina when all is said and done, is because their wide receivers are super cheesy. I mean, your depth guys, yeah, it is what it is. We got Zylstra coming from the CFL, I think. Depth guys by all means, but they're big three. Curtis Samuel, height, weight, speed, star dev. He's only 24 in his prime, but that 95 speed, 93 acceleration, the rest of his stats are very good. And then you throw in the fact that they got Robbie Anderson, reunited with Matt Rhule from the days at Temple, 84 star dev. He's 27, a little bit older, but he's still coming in. Got good length at 6'3" with 94 speed and 91 catching. And then you throw in that DJ Moore, the superstar dev wide receiver, 85 in his prime. He's not even in his prime yet. He's going to be a guy that's going to definitely develop into the 90s with 93 speed. It's just, it would have been too cheesy for my play style, which is not necessarily a verts till it hurts offense, but it trends in that direction if we get down. There was just too much firepower here. There wasn't a whole lot that I would have to do and retool on this offense for Carolina. So that's the reason why I didn't really make them my main franchise team. But I'm excited to get after it here in this rebuild. At tight end, no more G-Reg. Greg Olson's gone. So Ian Thomas is going to have a chance to establish himself as our starting tight end. He's solid. Definitely solid. Is he going to reach Greg Olson levels? Probably not. Is he for sure going to be our tight end in 5 years from now? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. But we'll give him a chance to develop. He will be our starting tight end. Offensive line, they got Russell Okung. That was such, like, what was that trade? I still have not had one person give me a valid reason to make that trade. To trade Russell Okung, or trade for Russell Okung, a 31 bang-on average tackle, and you sent your best interior lineman in Trey Turner, who's made the Pro Bowl. It doesn't make sense. For the sake of this rebuild, we're going to take someone like Greg Little, and I'm going to move him into guard. I don't know what spot on the line he should play. We'll make him, just off the top of my head, I'll just put him right guard. We have some flexibility there, but Greg Little was a hype. He was a guy that had, especially that, that final year for him in college, first round buzz at the tackle spot. But we'll go Okung at left tackle. We have Dennis Daly at left guard. At center, we have Paradis coming over from the Denver Broncos. Is this his first year? Was he with them last year? Either way, solid center. Right guard, yeah, we'll go Greg Little for sure. It's up to a 70, makes the most sense. And then at right tackle, Taylor Moton. Solid starting tackle there with a star dev at 26. Theme right now, as long as we're using the Madden Generate draft classes, is if we have a solid lineman, we're going to ride them into the ground because it's just so hard to draft the replacement. So guys like Paradis, who's 30, guys like, Moton, who's 26, they're here for the full 5 years. Absolutely. Even Okung, I might just keep re-signing Okung until he's pretty much unplayable. If you're 70 plus, there's a chance you're going to be like my long-term starter. Defensively, so what scheme are they running? Because Matt Rule ran a 3-4 at Baylor, but people are saying they're going to run a 4-3 in the NFL. Okay, 4-3. Good to know. Well, let's see and meet the defense. On the defensive side, we'll start defensive end, left end. Yeah, it's a little weak. Jalen Jelks, Hayes, and Weatherly, right defensive end. Okay, well, clearly in this scenario, we're going to take Gross Matos, the rookie, really good value pick out of Penn State. He's going to be a starter. It's going to be Gross Matos and Brian Burns, who start at defensive end for us in this rebuild. But Gross Matos got that hidden dev. It's probably just a star, but ceiling is high. Great athlete. Terrific story, too. There's like an ESPN piece about it. Literally, had the worst luck for some of his family members that I've ever heard. Like literally, didn't someone get struck by lightning twice or something crazy? I don't know. I don't want to butcher the story, but it was definitely interesting. Brian Burns was a really, really good pick. I mean, they've drafted pretty well, Carolina has. I mean, this 2020 draft was all on the defensive side, and I get that, but Brian Burns was a very, very good pick, and I'm optimistic he's going to develop into a monster for us. D-tackle, you get the veteran K'Wan Short here, 87 with a star dev. But more so, we're going to be focusing here on Derek Brown, the D-tackle from Auburn. I actually can't remember what his dev trade is. There's a chance that it's superstar. No spoilers. But if it is, I mean, that's a beast, man. We have a good 1-2 pairing here, and then once it's time to move on from K'Wan Short, Derek Brown's going to be able to take over and be D-tackle 1, and that's an exceptional D-line. If we can get Derek Brown, Brian Burns, and Yetur Gross-Matos, all three of these guys to develop over this next 5-year period, we're going to have a very scary defensive line. Outside of that, you get Bravion Roy coming over following Matt Rule from Baylor, but maybe have to get another young D-tackle in here to prepare for when it's time to move on from K'Wan Short. Linebacking core, we got Tahir Whitehead, another former Temple player reunited with Matt Rule. He's solid for the time being, but kind of a Band-Aid. Middle linebacker, we get Shaq Thompson, who has the massive, massive responsibility of trying to replace Luke Kuechly, which is, it's probably going to be impossible for him, but he's a solid linebacker for sure at 26 with a star dev. We can develop him. We can get him into the low 80s for sure. And then right outside linebacker, Jermaine Carter Jr., shout out to Pink Slips 2 years ago. He was one of our studs on defense. But generally speaking, outside of Shaq Thompson, we need to draft linebackers. I'm not really happy with Tahir Whitehead and Jermaine Carter Jr. as our linebackers for the scope of the next 5 years. Secondary also needs some work. They got Dante Jackson, the speedy corner from LSU, 82 star dev, 96 speed, just very, very fast. Solid. Should be able to rely on him for the next 5 years. You got Eli Apple. You got a bunch of guys here that maybe could be something. Troy Pride, the rookie at Notre Dame. We're going to try to get him some snaps, see if he can develop into something. But again, really outside of Dante Jackson, much like the linebacking core, I think there's one guy that we feel comfortable with, and we're going to have to add some depth and draft well. Good thing, though, is for the generated draft classes, there's always an abundance of corner talent, so we should not be worried there. Free safety of Trey Boston and Kenny Robinson. I thought Kenny Robinson Jr. got it straight up draft. First player ever drafted, and probably will be the only player ever drafted unless The Rock fixes the XFL from the XFL. That's, there's solid value there, but Trey Boston is, I'm not really, I'm fine with that. I'm fine rock and rolling with Trey Boston as my starting free safety. Strong safety, we got Jeremy Chin. As an Eagle fan, this one pains me because this seems like by all reports, all insider reports on The Athletic, and all these people you can kind of trust, that Jeremy Chin would have been the Eagles' pick if they did not draft Jalen Hurts. So this is kind of the guy that I'm personally always going to be keeping an eye on 3-4 years down the line. Where's Jeremy Chin at? Where's Jalen Hurts at? But for me, I mean, for this rebuild, 6'3", 220, great size for a strong safety, and I think we're going to be able to develop him into something kind of special. Special teamers, we have Joey's. They got huge legs here. We might as well just get a Vidvik. Goodbye. Don't need you. And then punter, we have 2. Why do we have so many? That's actually an expensive punter, but we don't need 4 special teamers. Let's be completely honest. That's a solid special teams unit. So there we go. It's fall, as you can see. I got the toque on because my girlfriend let the heat pump on. It's like 6 degrees outside. So I'm chilly, but hopefully this rebuild warms your hearts and you guys can enjoy it. So before we get into it, as always, keep on subscribing. We're on our way to 150,000. And if you're ready for this rebuild, hit that like button and let's go win a Super Bowl for Christian McCaffrey, the Panthers, and see if we can turn around Teddy Bridgewater's career. Finally at the bye week here, late bye for Carolina. And things they're not going great, but they're going better than expected. We're 5-7. We actually were able, the last 2 times that we sinned within the division, we beat Atlanta and Tampa. So this is already, I think, above expectations for the Carolina Panthers right now. Scouting, obviously we said we want corner, linebacker help, and draft board's not bad. Like, I was confident there's going to be a bunch of corners that would be draftable. But look at this, man. We got Luke Bean, 5th rounder with first-round talent. Yes, sir. We got a couple 5th and a 7th with second round. So, like, even if we don't hit or get one of these guys, Patton here, who's a mid-first round talent, Trey Brown, who's an early first rounder at a Florida Atlantic, there's still going to be depth and value at corner. Then I started going to linebackers. Not so much these guys, speed rushers, not scheme fits here, but there's more than enough players that I think, like, look, you got DeJuan Lowell, could be a nice fit. Matt Green, first rounder, legit first rounder. So there are some solid linebackers, not as strong as corner. Now I'm slowly starting to work my way D-tackle. Then we'll get to the offensive line and maybe tight end, maybe quarterback. But we're definitely trying to establish the defensive scouting big board here. And there's lots of talent at our big positions of need. So free agents, who wants to get paid? Looks like Curtis Samuel is first up. Come on down. What are you looking for? 4 years, $45 million. Sure. Worth it. Nice utility weapon. Taylor Moton. It's very paramount that we keep our O-line. So I'll give you a 4-year deal. Nice. Russell Okung. If it was anything more than a 1 year, I absolutely wouldn't pick it up. But a 1-year deal is reasonable. He wants a little bit more money. Me knowing that it's probably going to be very tough to replace him on that, just for that 1-year scope, I will probably come back and negotiate. I think Sly can be our long-term kicker here. Got a great leg, especially if I have to hop in and kick a field goal here or there. 98 kick power, I could maximize that. So we will come to terms, hopefully, with we'll give him another $500,000 here for Russell Okung, and the rest of these moves. No, thank you. Thank you for your service, but you're not required long-term here in Carolina. And at the end of year 1, wasn't expecting to make the playoffs, but 7-9, second place in the NFC South, given everything that's going on, given Teddy Bridgewater, brand new coaching staff, still, no more Luke Kuechly. Just, you can't replace a guy like that, especially in one offseason. 7-9 is really good. That's a really good starting spot here for the Carolina Panthers, and as long as we can continue to build on that, I think we're going to have a lot of success here in this rebuild. Looking at the dev traits, we did have a couple that we needed to peep. On the defensive side, Mr. Derek Brown, superstar dev. He's already up to an 83 overall, hitting the ground running in his NFL career with 47 tackles, 12 TFL, so getting after it in the run defense. Yetur Gross-Matos was the other hidden dev player on the defense. It's a star dev. He's up to a 79. He's progressing very nicely in his rookie season. 39 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Good start for both of our young long-term defensive linemen. For the stats, how did we come to a 7-9? Was Teddy good? Teddy was really good. 40 touchdowns. What? 13, almost 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 16 picks for Teddy Bridgewater. Just shattering. I mean, he was a starter there in Minnesota. 14-15, got hurt. 9-2, and filling in for Drew Brees last year in New Orleans. 40 touchdowns? Okay. 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns for McCaffrey. I mean, that's actually 45 touchdowns for Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, I'm a little bit flabbergasted with those numbers for McCaffrey. I mean, they're not brutal, but I mean, not great. Especially, 20 catches? Come on, Madden Sim. Garbage for McCaffrey. Way to misrepresent in your probably most played mode and have McCaffrey not play anything like Christian McCaffrey. Almost 7-6 for Thomas is great. 7-11 DJ Moore. 8-8 for Robbie Anderson. Almost 12-10 for Curtis Samuel. Everyone 8 on this offense. Really, DJ Moore. If you flip DJ Moore's number versus Curtis Samuel, it probably would be ecstatic with all these numbers across the board. Defensively, 116 tackles, 14 TFLs, 3 sacks and a pick for Shaq Thompson. I mean, obviously not Luke Kuechly-like numbers, but those are still really, really solid. Is he up to an 80 yet? 78? Oh, he developed actually kind of slow this year. 6 sacks, K1 short. Ooh, that's not a great year for Brian Mertz. Definitely struggling getting after the quarterback here. 3 picks, Jeremy Chin, the rookie leading the team. I like seeing that. That might get him some recognition for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Looking at it, we're the number 13th offense in the NFL. Defensively, ooh. I mean, I'm not saying Matt Rule's a defensive guy. Teddy, runner-up for the MVP. Oh, no, it's back. The Trubisky cheese is back. But whatever, at least Aaron Rodgers still won it. But Teddy at number 2 for the MVP. Shit I did not expect to see in this rebuild. That. He was number 5 Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC. Defensive Player of the Year went to Roquan Smith. Ooh, Shaq Thompson. Actually, hey, that's not bad. Making the short list. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to DeAndre Swift. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Jeff Okudah. Jeremy Chin, runner-up with those 3 interceptions. I'm happy with it, man. It's a good starting point for him. Troy Pride Jr. at number 6. Quarterback went to Drew Brees. Teddy at 4. Running back went to Zeke. McCaffrey at 7. Wide receiver went to Julio. Curtis Samuel at 4. Yeah, not much else going on there for the Carol. But Teddy Bridgewater in year 1. Now, just keep it like that. From now on, I'm not going to say, hey, Teddy, you got to get 40 touchdowns every year. But 30 is the minimum. If Teddy next year drops down to like 25 touchdowns, like 15 picks, I'm going to be mad as hell. So as we peep into free agency here, I mean, the familiar faces are all there, but we're actually going to dip just a little bit into a couple positions. First, at corner, thinking about it. I'm not going to make a commitment. I just want to show you in case the draft doesn't go well. Jordan Lewis is a scheme fit. He's 26. There's already a decent bit in there from the Buffalo Bills, but I was thinking about it. Same goes for Chidobe Awuzie, just grabbing one of the 2 ex-castaway corners from Dallas. But I'm going to gamble if that's where we're going to go in the draft. So if that's the kind of decision there, then we need to cover linebacker. Jayon Brown, the former Tennessee Titan, field general. I think he'd be able to come in and be a starting right outside linebacker. We want a run stopper there. Should fill that void. But there's a lot of other big bids on there from the Raiders, who just spent big money last year on linebackers. They got Corey Littleton and Nick Witkowski. But I guess they still want to double dip. As you can see there, Shaq Thompson went up dev trade. He's now a superstar dev. So, I mean, Jayon Brown, Shaquille Thompson, then maybe get, a left outside linebacker in the draft. It'd be great business. I'm not going to overpay for Jayon Brown, but we did come in with the best offer, and hopefully we can land him. I think the other bids we're looking at here, nothing too crazy. I got Nada for a backup tight end, and if you guys know anything about wrestling, this is, I think, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers. This is his son, and he's awesome. He's actually like a freak of nature at like an insane pro day, so we're going to try to bring him in and make something special out of him. Turn him into something his dad will be proud of. Freak nasty, big papa pump, big bad booty daddy. Let's go. Awesome. I mean, hey, I'm telling you right now, not going to be hard for Matt Rule to sell this rebuild project. Matt Rule, exceptional coach, and just like that, got the biggest target, our number 1 target, Jayon Brown. We have a 5th-year option for DJ Moore, and I mean, well, his sim stats weren't off the chains. You just can't let a guy like that walk, so we will pick up his 5th-year option. So as we look towards the draft here, we have our pool of first-rounders. I guess the signing of Jayon Brown kind of makes someone like Lowell or Dominique Thornton. We probably could survive. Now, you're looking at first-rounders. I think Luke Bean, definitely because he's in the 5th. That's our diamond. We definitely want to consider drafting that. But, I mean, you look at D-tackle here. Do we want early first-rounder? The combine looks good, but do we want to get K1 short replacement right now? Or do we look maybe more towards, I mean, here we got a 6'5" guy center. Probably could slide him and tackle. But he's 3rd rounder. Again, because we just, more so on the O-line, I'm happy with everyone outside of the Russell Okung situation, because we only had him on a 1-year deal. But I think it's pretty obvious at this point, you can't, Trey Brown, 7'7" combine grade, early first-round talent. We still need corners. The top skills are good. I already know that They're probably going to rob me of a dev trait, but he's going to be 75 plus. I think this is the move. Let's do it. Trey Brown. Oh! Yes, dev trait. 79 hidden dev. Number 1 in true value. Getting that at pick 10. Scheme fit. Ideal size. 96 speed. 96. We got Jalen Ramsey. We got Jalen Ramsey's regen, his clone. Trey Black. Oh my God, what a pick. Let's go. Matt Rule. Yes, sir. Second round to follow that up. I mean, for a linebacker, we technically need a speed rusher. For left outside linebacker, I mean, I don't want to go completely off the beaten path there. I mean, there's not a lot of guys. I mean, really the pick's either going to get in Boston and trying to fit him as an out of fit, or we get Cleary here, who I think could be a tackle 6'5", got the length to be a tackle pass protector. Let's do it, man. Let's get him. 72 normal, not bad. Number 31 in true value, getting that at 42 pass protector. And we're going to slide him to be, I mean, hey, groomed to be Russell Okung's long-term replacement. But I've seen him move centers to tackles, tackles to centers, like a Brandon Linder on the Jags. All right, so I'm just showing this because I've yet to draft a player that's below a 60 overall. I have no scouting, and I'm looking at my offensive needs here, and I need a tight end. So one of the high draft grade, scheme fit. Please don't below a 60. I don't want it to end here because this draft has been so good. Oh, he's unreal! Darren Harris, picking blind, highest combine grade, 143. Yeah. Cool, we locked out. Wait till you see this draft, man. This is probably the best draft we've had so far in Madden. It must be the North Dakota State hat. Shout out to Trey Lance and Carson Wentz. The draft. So you saw the Trey Brown pick. You saw the McCleary pick. Outside of that, we got John Bones Jones, 70 overall. We got a 72 corner, Luke Bean. He was that 5th round corner that had 1st round grade. Scheme fit. Yes, sir. 66 linebacker, 67 linebacker. Blind pick, 67 tight end. But this guy here, man, this is probably the scariest guy we've drafted, I think. I remember in the Bengals rebuild, we had a really good corner as well. But in terms of just freak of nature, clearly this is Jalen Ramsey. Trey Brown is Jalen Ramsey. Year 2 for Carolina. I got to feel, I'm already saying right now, this is my favorite rebuild of the year. It's like our 5th rebuild. We did win a Super Bowl last one, but I feel in the plums. This is good. This is going to be a good rebuild. Teddy Bridgewater coming out the tail of an insane season. What was his touchdown number again? The draft was so great. I can't even remember what it was. 40, and he had 45 touchdowns last year. Runner-up for MVP. Saving his career. On the offensive side, everyone else taking their game to the next level. Offensive line here. I'm going to go Cleary. He was a 72 center. I moved him to tackle. He's only 2 points behind Okung. But Okung takes him 44,000 XP to go up an overall point. Cleary, it takes him 7. So it's just better long-term decision. We're throwing the center to the Wolves here. Then you look at the defensive side. This is where we spent some money in free agency. We got Jayon Brown, new middle linebacker there. Big top dollar. Now, right outside linebacker, is Jermaine Carter Jr. really going to develop into something? I don't know. Do I hope so? Yes, I certainly do. Secondary, we got I don't know what his depth trade's going to be. I will be a little disappointed if it's star, but even then, insanity. Insanity, what a pick. We throw in Bean as well. He's gonna be our starter. He's 1 point better than Troy Pride. So sure, why not? Enjoy it. Hope you do better. I hope Jeremy Chin takes his game to the next level. But I'm very, very optimistic that we can make the playoffs here in year 2 with the Carolina Panthers. And we kick off the bye week with some sensational news. We beat the Jets. Brian Burns goes from star to the dev trade I think he probably should have. The dev trade he deserves. A superstar dev. So that's exceptional. Everything about this rebuild has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. As I am working on my scouting here. Positions of need. I think we're still trying to look for that 3rd linebacker. This guy actually looks pretty solid. Ricky Aldridge. I don't know if we're going to get him because he's projected to go early 1st round. And we get this guy here, another power rusher. We could slide over another early 1st round. I think they're probably both going to be off the board. Also, D tackle is another position to start getting, that K1 short replacement. There's definitely some guys here, but again, obviously the top guys at the top of the board. I mean, Sean Brewer, maybe we'll have a chance at him, but I just want to keep scouting here the defensive tackles to get an idea. Ooh, there's some good value. All those guys can get thrown on the old short list here. As long as you're like, ooh, 2nd round there for Rodgers, 2nd round for Burns. Any relation? I don't know, but yeah, I want to work on D tackle. I want another linebacker. I have scouted free safety just because Trey Boston's getting up there a little bit. And there's some really nice ones here. We got Max Moore, Matt Mann. This guy here might actually be the This guy's in the doghouse right now, the lead doghouse for the pick. Great name, maybe. I don't know, weird name. Sounds good. It's easy. It rolls off the tongue, and he actually looks insane. But yeah, I want free safety. I want a linebacker. I want a D tackle. I mean, maybe we'll scout offensive linemen. It's probably just not really worth our time. Tight end's a position I want to keep an eye on. Maybe a backup, a power back to come in and complement Christian McCaffrey. And always got to keep an eye on that quarterback spot just in case, that 45 touchdown year to Teddy wasn't out there. But I mean, looking at it right now, we are tops of the NFC South, 4-1 at the bye. Contracts, what do we got? Ooh, okay. Well, we're gonna have to allocate funds here and spread it up because we do not have a whole lot of money off the top of my head. Paradis at center wants a 1-year deal. We'll get him. Start there. Keep the O-line together. Actually, we're not too bad on salary cap. I think Dante Jackson, definitely 4-year deal, reasonable, $7 million cap hit. We can come back for him. K1 Short, again, a 1-year deal, reasonable. If we'll come back on the table there, reasonable. Robbie Anderson, though, I think this is a spot that we just can't afford to have 3 expensive wide receivers long term. Given the implications, especially some of these young players that we're bringing in for that 5th year, I think maybe if Robbie Anderson goes over 1,000 yards, he's on the outside, he's not getting slot cheese. If he goes over 1,000 yards, I'll consider it. But I think Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore can be a really good 1-2 punch, and then we could just have a rookie or something, a younger player to develop, and have that $53 million. Allocate that elsewhere on this team. But we definitely will get K1 Short in 1 year. We'll hammer out a deal with Dante Jackson and maybe Ian Thomas too. Dude, just went back into scouting here. Finished up the D tackle. Got a 7th rounder with a mid second, and then we got a 7th rounder with a mid first. There we go. That there is easily the best diamond we have found so far through our rebuilds. Marshall Allen out of Oklahoma. All right, I just want to keep continuing on the draft diamonds trend here. So I was just like, all right, well, if we're not going to sign Robbie Anderson, wide receiver kind of pushes itself up the draft board. I was like, all right, this guy here looks absolutely insane. Curtis Lynch out of Oregon. I was like, oh, we're probably not going to be in the range to get that. But I'm going down here. We got 2nd rounder, early 2nd round, right? In the 4th round here, Kirk Wilcox, need a slot guy. We got a 1st round grade on a 4th round talent. Got a couple 3rd rounds. Get a 2nd round here on a 6th rounder. And then, but I was just like, all right, but look, back-to-back final 2 guys with draftable grades. Crossan at a USC, mid-2nd round talent. Brett Williams at a Georgia, mid-2nd round talent. So it's making me feel that much better about not paying Robbie Anderson. Because, I mean, that Robbie Anderson contract, that's going to pay for like 2/3 of what we're going to have to pay Brian Burns soon. So there's enough depth at wide receiver that we can let Robbie go on to greener pastures here. Maybe go to Philly for once. How about finally Robbie Anderson to the Eagles? And then year 2, playoff bound, baby. 10-6 Panthers. We get to take on Dallas. Anytime you can beat Dallas, that's good. Tied for 1st in the NFC South. I mean, it's competitive, a lot more competitive than what it was a year ago. We're up to an 85 overall. Happy with it. I'm very interested to see what Teddy did this year. Offensively, Cleary overtook Okung, so it was a smart decision to go with him as our starting tackle. Defensively, what's the dev tray? Hey, yeah, let's go. It's not an X Factor. Still looking for our first drafted X Factor, but Trey Brown, superstar dev, everything about an absolute baller of a corner. Brian Burns went up dev trait, which was huge. D-line solid. I mean, really, the only person that I have been a little bit underwhelmed with maybe on the defense has been Jeremy Chin. But even then, man, he still has room to grow and develop. He's only 23. He's already a 74. Stats. Come on, Teddy. Just don't. 30. All I want is 30. You give me 30 touchdowns, I'm not going to bitch. That's literally like the stat line I said I don't want him to have. 45 touchdowns a year ago. Now he's down to, 31. I got 31 total. It's still not bad. Still good enough for me to not go out looking for a quarterback. But would have been nice not to have him regress this year. But we made the playoffs. And McCaffrey went back up. 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns for him. Happy with that. Receiving 900 yards from Ian Thomas leading the team. 6-5 for Robbie. 6-7 for DJ Moore. 6-4 Curtis Samuel. Why isn't Christian McCaffrey catching the football? Makes no sense. I don't think Matt Rule is going to completely change what made Christian McCaffrey one of the best running backs in the NFL. Is he? I don't know. Maybe I missed that somewhere. 99 tackles for Shaq Thompson, 5 TFLs, 5.5 sacks, 2 picks, 10 sacks, Brian Burns. I like seeing that finally. Anytime you get double-digit in sacks, that is nice. Interceptions, Luke Bean. It wasn't the monster. How many picks did he have? Trey Brown didn't have anything. Our free corner had nothing but that 5th round stud, Luke Bean, 5 interceptions as a rookie. Okay. Please go up depth chart. I don't think he will because we had Pat Pete get 6 picks in the Cardinals rebuild. I think the whole how corners go up depth traits based upon their season performance is still glitched in Madden. But hey, fingers crossed Luke Bean goes up to a star dev and our secondary is pretty much set and forget with Bean, Brown, and Dante Jackson. We had the number 14 offense in the NFL. Defensively, come on, we got to be better than last year. 4th. We were 29th last season, I think. What a jump. Matt Rule getting these guys to buy it. Drew Brees is your MVP. Still having an issue where literally whoever is the Bears quarterback is a freak in the sim. Offensive player of the year went to Drew Brees. Defensive player of the year went to Quan Alexander. Offensive rookie of the year went to Derek Dunbar. Defensive rookie of the year, Luke Bean, runner fought Greg Robertson. What did this guy have? What did this guy have that was better than 5 interceptions? Trey Brown's on that list. For the individual awards, I want to see that though. Bucks linebacker, I think. Guy on the I just want to see, is there an argument that this guy was the rightful defensive player of the year? 9 sacks, 12 TFL. Yeah. Interceptions are higher than sacks, but I mean that's pretty good rookie season. Either way, let's focus on the playoffs here, and let's beat Dallas. Anytime you can beat Dallas, especially on a rebuild like this, it's going to be a huge morale victory for the team. All right, let's go. Expectations are very low. Very low. I don't know what to expect, but number 4 defense. That's all we know. As we see this game, number 4 defense, let's see how they play. Right now, so far, playing like a top 5 defense. No points given up to Dallas, and we're playing very well. Hopefully, the second half is not like a bipolar performance because we're smoking them right now. They have not given up. We gave them a touch. Oh, no. No. Get some points here. It's going to be close. Nervous. That's Joey Sly. Yes, Joey Sly. 98 kick power. Again, it was bipolar. Number 4 defense held him to 6 points in the first half, and then they get, 24 points unanswered, it felt like. But shout out to Teddy, man. That's that prime Teddy Bridgewater. 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards on the ground for Christian McCaffrey. Big first playoff win for Matt Rule. Game 2 of the playoffs, divisional round. Get Seattle. Russell Wilson. Okay, a little worried. Great quarterback, great team. Seattle's been there, done that in the playoffs. We're the new young buck on tap. Anything for Carolina, it's like a new era for Carolina. Post Cam Newton, we are getting smoked. Number 4 defense in the NFL is, hey, we're holding them to field goals, but they're just getting an absurd amount of yardage. This is definitely less than ideal, but we're still technically in it. We get a touchdown here. That's over. Well, the number 1 thing I was looking for was my number 4 defense. We knew we had that coming in, right? And the number 4 defense generally played very well. It held Russell Wilson and company under 20 points. It was just the offense that fell flat. Only 54 yards McCaffrey. Not a terrible game. He's pretty much really almost on par with Russell Wilson, but not an effort that would take a lower rated Panther team to beat the better Seattle Seahawks team. We need something a little bit more than 1 touchdown from Teddy Bridgewater. But hey, we got our first playoff win. It's something we can build on to year 3. We have a little bit more money in free agency this year, but again, I want a linebacker, right? I need a linebacker. Nothing's really, Chenawosu might be able to fill that void. We need a power rusher. He's only 74. It's not an ideal scheme fit. So I don't want to spend money for the sake of spending money. Tight end also, seeing Mark Andrews there, or Dallas Goedert. Yeah, that's an upgrade over Ian Thomas. But Ian Thomas was our leading receiver. So I want that realm of realism. It's not a realistic rebuild, but the fact that Ian Thomas was almost 1,000-yard receiving tight end, I don't care that he's only 76. You would never replace that if you are the Carolina Panthers. So we will keep Ian Thomas. One spot, though, I do want is a power back. I want a power back to come in and help out Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Howard's a little bit old, 27. I don't think we need to make that big of an investment, but I have identified Royce Freeman, solid running back too. I think he could come in and he could actually in real life be like a trade candidate. I could see Denver not wanting Royce Freeman. There's still definitely some value there. So I'll bring him in to be the power back. I'm not going to overbid, but I think it would add some nice synergy, a good 1-2 punch in this backfield. Still no updates on Royce Freeman. I don't know if he's going to hold us out to dry, but we got a 5th-year option on Brian Burns, especially after getting that superstar dev trait last year. Double-digit sacks, 10 sacks, breakout season. Absolutely picking up his 5th-year option. Come on. So our draft board's kind of gone the way that I wanted to. We know we got insane depth late, right? But we want a power rusher at linebacker, and we have John Corbett, Clemson, 7.2 combine grade, mid-first round. Absolutely what we want. Also, really want this guy, Matt Mann. I think I'm going to have to trade back into the 2nd round. I think I'm going to have to move up. So we'll get Matt Mann, and then we're going to trade somehow up in the 2nd round and get Corbett. It's the last damn thing I do. But we're going to get Matt Mann with our first pick, free safety, upgrade long-term over Trey Boston. This guy looks insane, and he's back-to-back dev traits. Let's go. Number 3 in true value, getting him at 27, 77 hidden dev. He's 6'1", 87 speed, 84 pursuit, 86 hit power. This guy is a beast. Pair that, Jeremy Chin long term. Scary, man. The secondary is scary. But now we got to handle our business, trade up in the 2nd round, and make sure we can get that linebacker. Jacksonville's on the clock. Our linebacker's still there with our 1st round pick. Kind of makes Trey Boston a little bit surplus requirement here. So let's see. There we go. Trey Boston, our 2nd and a 4th round pick so that we can secure the services of that linebacker. Please be good. Please be good. Be something better than a 72. And he's a 74. The dev trait's not there, but he's number 14 in true value. He will be a day 1 starter for us at outside linebacker. Everything that we need for a scheme fit to make Matt Rule maximize his defense. Very happy. Literally everything outside of maybe slight regression on Teddy Bridgewater. Everything this rebuild has gone very, very well. When is the atomic bomb going to drop? When is what it could be the worst possible thing to happen right now? The game bugs out. I can't finish it. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And hey, we get another one of our studs. Kirk Wilcox, 1st round grade slot, number 27 in true value. Even though he's a deep threat out of Michigan, hey, I love these drafts. I'm loving these drafts. I was dogging the generated draft classes for really the first 4 rebuilds. I don't know if there was a patch. Maybe they fixed these draft classes a little bit. A stacked draft class indeed here for Carolina as we're gearing up for our 3rd year. You saw the picks. Outside of that, we got a 70. Well, that was one of those 7th round wide receivers that had a high grade. And then unfortunately, the draft board didn't work out well for us in the 6th and 7th round. But still keeping the record going of drafting no one below a 60 overall. But look at that, man. Just absolute firepower back-to-back drafts. Year 3 for the Carolina Panthers. And this is already, I hope it's coming off like this on YouTube, that this has already been like the best rebuild we've had. So as we go for year 3, we're at 84 overall team, 85 offense, 84 defense. No regression at Teddy Bridgewater. He's the guy that I'm worried about on the offense. First guy to really hit regression outside of Paradis because he's the veteran. Could be Teddy, and I hope that he could just keep on keeping on. We brought in Royce Freeman to be the power back complement to McCaffrey. Wilcox, that 4th round value pick, will be big shoes to fill. He's going to be taking over for Robbie Anderson. But the rest of the offense remains the same. Cleary has developed very nice as the successor to Okun at left tackle. On the defensive side, this is where it's great. K1 Short, not regressing too bad. We got Brian Burns' first full season as a superstar dev. We got Brown, Jackson, and Bean. So annoying. 5 picks. You should get off normal dev. I'm not at a point in time where I want to manually improve guys' dev trait, but that's a little frustrating. Linebacking core, we got Brown. Shaq Thompson got promoted from superstar up to an X Factor. Now he has the reinforcement ability, which looks pretty nice. Chin is still hanging on, and Mann takes over for Trey Boston. We traded so we could get Corbett in the 2nd round. Mann will be our starting, and it already looks, he's already, I think, the same rating as Trey Boston. Has that hidden dev. Hopefully it's better than Star, but if not, still a really, really nice prospect. Made the playoffs last year, got our first playoff win here in year 3. I'm going to be realistic. I just want to make the playoffs again. I'm not going to say I want to win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say I want to feature in the championship game. Just make the playoffs again. Let's become a consistent playoff contender so that years 4 and year 5, we can focus on a bigger and larger goal being the Super Bowl. Oh, no. I literally said the only thing that could go wrong is if it crashes. And of course, it crashed. No. No. Come on, why? All right, from the bye, a little disappointing. Definitely a little disappointing. 2 and 3. Still, I mean, still in it. Still in it. Just, definitely disappointing. Contracts. We got DJ Moore. Looking for a 4-year deal. Absolutely. Baller. This guy might actually be a 99 when all is said and done. K1 Short, we don't really, we've been talking about getting his replacement, but we haven't really successfully found his replacement. So if he just still wants to keep re-upping on a 1-year deal, we'll give him a little bit more money. By all means, moving to Greg Little into guard was probably one of the better decisions we made in year 1. He's excelled, so we'll keep him. I think same goes for Dennis Daly, another guy that's definitely established himself here as a starting guard in the NFL. So we'll get him locked up. Teddy, that's a tough one. $100 million. I mean, we might as well just make the commitment. He's 2 years in. He's gone over 30 touchdowns in both years. Let's just commit to Teddy Bridgewater as our quarterback. Maybe we'll come back to rule that decision. Maybe not. Let's get Paradis locked up as well. So we'll come back for K1 Short. But, we're committing with what we have in the building here for this full 5 years. All right, we got the good luck Madden hat on for this playoff run. Good luck Madden hat. Come on. 10-6. We are 10-6. The lights are off. Matt Rule's not home. He's sick of it. We're an 88 overall team. Looking at the devs, we had a hidden dev on the defensive side for Man, the safety. He came out just star dev, but he's developing very, very nicely, and he actually already had a dev trait scenario pop up. I don't think that'll be the last time that happens. Stats. Come on, Teddy. Come on, Teddy. 30 touchdowns, Teddy. We gave you $100 million. 30. There we go. He broke the threshold. 3,600 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 picks. Also chipped in 3 rushing touchdowns. So 33 touchdowns for Teddy Bridgewater. Happy giving him that contract extension. The running attack was on point. Like the best year McCaffrey's had. And then we also chipped in with, if you guys read a certain book, you might be a little upset with that rushing number. 12 touchdowns. So adding that power back pays immediate dividends. We cannot go wrong in this rebuild. If we don't win a Super Bowl, I'm going to be crushed. We got 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns for DJ Moore. I moved him back into the slot. Let's be honest, that's probably where he's probably best suited anyways. 800 yards, Ian Thomas. We got 5 and 3 Samuel. Again, just really the only disappointing thing about this rebuild has been McCaffrey as a receiving back. It's just not properly replicated here in the sim stats. Defensively, Gian Brown led the team. 103 tackles, 12 TFLs, 2 sacks, 2 picks. Sacks have also been, I guess, a little bit on the low side. 7.5 for Brian Burns, 5.5 K1 Short. 5 picks, Shaq Thompson, like seeing that. Man, the rookie, 3 interceptions. Probably put himself in a good spot for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's see. Number 4 offense in the NFL. Defensively, top 10? Oof. That's not great. MVP went to Deshaun Watson. In the NFC, Dunbar wins it there. Teddy, number 4. Christian McCaffrey at 6. Defensive player went to Devin White. Shaq Thompson at 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Will Cox at 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Ooh, man, okay. A little bit out of there. I thought he'd be higher than 3. Then for the individual awards, we had the best running back in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey. We had the best wide receiver in the NFL in DJ Moore. On the defense, not so much. Peaked a little bit on the offensive side of the ball, but that's all well and good. We made the playoffs last year with a top 5 defense. We saw how far that gives. Now let's see when the roles are reversed and our offense is what's carrying. Can we at least get by 9-7 New Orleans? I think we can. Is Drew Brees still there? We just make sure old man Drew Brees is still there. He probably should be retired by now. Yeah, he's gone. It's a Drew Brees-less Saints. We should be able to beat him. We're at home. Matt Rule got the guys. Keep pounding. That's all we got to do. I think we should win. They don't have Drew Brees. If you don't have Drew Brees, it should counteract the fact that our defense is not particularly hot this year. And our offense, I want to see 24 points minimum. We're firing all cylinders. We're the best running back, best wide receiver in the conference. I want 24 points minimum. That's 3 touchdowns if you're counting at home. So we're 16-14, very close game. New Orleans has a slim lead. We're going all the way down the field, get a touchdown to kick off the 4th quarter. We bend, don't break, hold them to a field goal. Get a touchdown, there we go, come on. Got some turnovers there. They don't have Drew Brees. Oh, why do they always get the 2-point conversion? Drives me nuts. But Joey Sly makes the field goal. And defense, man, Joey Sly has made 2 game-winning field goals here in the playoffs. They have Josh Rosen, Chosen Rosen. Low-key, I like seeing him do well. I've been thinking about maybe doing a Josh Rosen career rebuild. I don't know I'm going to do that. I might do it. I don't know. You guys want career rebuilds coming back on the channel? Who knows? But Teddy Bridgewater, solid. 300 yards, a touchdown. McCaffrey, kind of the McCaffrey show here, 100 yards. Curtis Samuel, not bad either. 9 catches, 103 yards on the outside. But a 35-32 victory. Our second playoff victory in the Matt Rule era. Let's just take our game to the next level, win next week, and get to the NFC Championship. All right, get to run it back in the snow. Revenge game, taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Our defense did the job last time. We held them to 19 points. Offensively, come on, let's go. 14, we're getting tutties. It's a snow game. I mean, both teams should be kind of used to playing in the snow. But I think old Teddy had that nightmare of a game with the Vikings. Remember, was that Vikings in Seattle where they missed? They shanked that really small field goal, but remember, that was just a terrible game. But either way, tied up at 21 into the fourth quarter. How did we get no points on that drive? Joey Sly not coming up big, but he does right there. Makes the field goal. 3-point lead. Defense falls flat. Fourth down coming in. I'll give him a chance. I will make this conversion, or at least try to make this conversion. It's 4th and 3. Dare we go C4 special with Christian McCaffrey? I think we shall. Come on. Come on. Best running back in the NFL. We get... First down? Oh, thank God, first down. Oh, that was close. And they go all the way downfield to get the touchdown. Stop up. Yes, 31-28. Defense holds on. Suck it, Russell Wilson. Strong game, Teddy Bridgewater. Almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, over 100 on the ground for McCaffrey. And here we go in year 3, Carolina going to the NFC Championship game. And the Conference Championship game, 8-8. Dallas Cowboys. We got to beat them. We got to smoke them. We got to beat them. Okay, put the Madden hat on backwards because for some reason with the Madden hat, the shadow makes my face look like I'm having like a... am I having an allergic reaction? I don't know. I'm allergic to the success that we're having right now with this Carolina team. Come on, it's Dallas. I'm pretty sure we beat Dallas in our first playoff win. That's who we beat. We beat Dallas and lost to Seattle last year. So we know how to beat them, and they're 8-8. They don't belong in the playoffs, okay? Dak Prescott, Mari Cooper, Zeke Elliott. Let's control them. Let's handle them. Big Derek Brown. Eat. And we get a nice little touchdown there to go into the second half with the lead. And they're struggling. Dallas is not doing a particularly good job here. I think, bearing an utter collapse in the fourth quarter, we might have done enough to punch our ticket to the Super Bowl. Up 30-17. Oh, yeah, it's over. Teddy is not letting this happen. Teddy Bridgewater desperately wants to be in the thumbnail of this video. And if he can win a Super Bowl, he got it. I had a nice picture of Christian McCaffrey. Looks fire. Looks great. I might have to go figure out what I got to get some jersey swap at Teddy because he's doing an exceptional job. Even though, what happened here? Where are all our points? McCaffrey had 2 touchdowns, 3 oh, yeah. He might only had 71 yards, but 4 touchdowns from Christian McCaffrey. That'll do her. Proving who is the better running back, McCaffrey or Zeke. It's always been Christian McCaffrey as the Panthers in year 3 are heading to the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl is set. Panthers and Bills. How did the Bills get here? They got Diggs and Trey White. Matt Milano's up to a superstar X Factor. Edmonds. They got Harris over from the Saints. Josh Allen's up to a superstar. I mean, he usually sims pretty well here. They got Blythe, who I think was from the Rams. How's Nate, as an Eagle fan, Nate Gary has no right being a superstar dev. But they're a solid team. 87, 88 overall. Very well the 2 best teams in the NFL. But we're not letting Buffalo end this curse today. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Good luck. Give me the good luck. Give me all the luck possible to win this game. Will I hop in? I absolutely will hop in if I need to. I really hope I don't, and the offense starts out hot, getting a touchdown on the opening drive. But this is just too good of an opportunity that I don't know if we're going to be back here again, because I'm almost betting that next year we will be below 500 and struggle to compete for a playoff spot here. Oh, look at that drive. I thought we'd settle for a field goal twice, and we end up getting a full touchdown. Defense is coming to play. As we go in the fourth quarter, up a touchdown. Buffalo gets a little magic there, a little sizzle. But we're able to get another one. 21-14. Defense, get the stop. They're going for it on 4th down. They get it. That's a big play. Oh. How about this? How about this for coming in? 3rd and 5. Screen pass McCaffrey. Guess we got to go to the best player on offense. Come on, do it for Teddy. I mean, we are in like 98 kick power. If we can just get some yards, which we just... Oh my God, we almost lost the first. We almost lost the first down. That should be enough. They have no timeouts left. I think we just won the Super Bowl. Best rebuild of Madden 21. Not even close. Year 3. Winning the Super Bowl. Thank you, Madden. Oh, the good luck hat. I didn't even need to break out the cheese goggles, but the good luck hat. Nice. Very happy, man. Very happy for Teddy. Very happy that this is back-to-back rebuilds, that we've won a Super Bowl. That is a terrible face scan. I don't think Matt Rule looks anything like that. That's a Super Bowl dub. Josh Allen, Buffalo, the curse continues. Sorry, Buffalo. I will be excited when I can get to you as a rebuild, because I think that's going to be another fun rebuild, trying to break the curse. Great coach, Sean McDermott. Exceptional coach. Weird-looking neck there. Very weird-looking neck. MVP is Teddy Bridgewater, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day, 51% completion percentage. Is nothing to write home about, but very happy with this, man. Blue and white confetti. First Super Bowl victory for Carolina. Been in the Super Bowl twice before, losing to Denver, losing to New England, but it did not happen against Buffalo. We got McCaffrey, Teddy, DJ Moore. I don't know who that other guy is up there, but Derek Brown. There we go. Happy. And we got 2 more years to win 2 more, okay? Teddy Bridgewater has completed his destiny. From a horrific leg, there you go, from a horrific leg injury, never knowing if he'd walk again, never knowing if he'd ever play football again, to come in here, really establish himself as probably a top 10 quarterback and winning the Super Bowl. Let's do it all again next year. Now for free agency, we don't have a whole lot of funds, 25 mil, and I figure just in case things in year 4 don't go well, let's carry that money over for year 5. But I mean, there are big names, Tyreek Hill, Trent Williams, stuff like that. Matt Ioannidis, try to reunite another Temple player with Matt Rule, but for the time being, I think we're just going to sit on the sidelines. We'll bring in a punter, and we'll hopefully draft very well. All right, so when it comes to the draft, there are 2 players I absolutely... Okay, this guy here, not at a position need. I'm very happy with Jeremy Chin, but he didn't attend the Combine, early first-round talent. This was a top indicator last year of a superstar X-Factor player. Also, kind of want to, start working on getting K1 Shorts replacement, and this guy makes a whole lot of sense, early first-rounder. But I do think, without a shadow of a doubt, a re-entry player, we got to consider running back Trent Richardson. He's coming back. He's slimmed down just a little bit. His 40-yard dash, his speed is at an all-time high. I think Trent Richardson has got a chance in this league. Hopefully he doesn't get picked by Cleveland. What's this guy? Late second. We pick at the bot. I mean, we got to go the D tackle. We have to. It's from a roster standpoint, especially year 4. But maybe we find a way to make a move to get that safety. I don't know. Just to see if he's an X factor. But hey, Whitfield. 75 normal dev. Number 5 in true value. Getting that at pick 32. Hey, hopefully you pick up and learn a thing or 2 from K1 Short. So as the draft finished out here, we got the D tackle. We couldn't get the safety. So we got back-to-back 71 wideouts here. Milton coming in with that hidden dev. Okay, 93. I mean, looking real good. Looking like a real nice wide receiver 4. But we didn't get that safety. Really, I mean, I'm going to peek. I got to peek. I got to see what that dude was working with. Was that it? No, that wasn't him. That was him. Bobby Dawson. Only normal dev. Okay. Well, the only reason why I would even want that guy is if he was a superstar X Factor, something crazy like that. The fact that he's only normal dev, and the fact that the guy that we got instead was a hidden dev wide receiver, I think good business. Again, can't go wrong in this rebuild. Let's get into year 4. Year 4, defending our Super Bowl title. We're an 89 overall team. No regression at a Teddy, which is good. I'm actually going to go with Middleton with the dev trait, make him our wide receiver 3, see if we can maximize that just a little bit, as Wilcox is stuck on that normal dev. O-line is solid across the board. Flipping to the defense, nothing too crazy. Everything else pretty much remains the same. K1 Short is still going to hold on to his starting spot, even though we did draft his successor. Linebacking core is on point. Corbett actually went up dev trait? All right, cool. Nice. So this is, I mean, again, stacked. Absolutely stacked. Definitely, if we don't make the playoffs, that might be the most disappointing thing that's happened so far in any of our Madden 21 rebuilds. All right, bad news is, through 3 weeks, we're 0-3. Good news, Jeremy Chin just went up dev trade. Nice. But not nice. Year 4 bye. Defending Super Bowl champion 2-6. And we literally got wins 1 and 2 in weeks 7 and 8. So we were at 0-6. And then we just find, maybe that's momentum. Maybe that's the shift we need. But I knew this was happening. I knew we had to win the Super Bowl because this bullshit was going to rear up its ugly fucking head. Contract. So what we got? We got Brian Burns. Yeah, whatever you want. You could stay on your team. Your best edge rusher by a mile. Gross Matos, certainly another guy that has earned his money as a run stuffer. If he wants a little bit more, I will pay him. Shaq Thompson, big shoes to fill for Luke Kuechly. He's done a very good job up to an X Factor. We got Jeremy Chin, who of course went up dev trade in his contract year, but either way, that's fine. I feel like, I mean, I definitely want to keep Royce Freeman, especially given what he's been able to offer to the offense's RB2 from last year. But I think K1 Short, I mean, we drafted the successor. Maybe we can give him a 1-year deal when all is said and done. Like, see who's available. Same with that Paradis. Solid. We're probably not going to get a better center, but there might be an upgrade to be had. And we're going to have okay amount of money. So we'll let him at the open market, but we're not going to completely rule out bringing him back. Same with K1 Short. But let's get that contract hammer out for Gross Matos, and we'll get a very, very clear picture for where our salary cap stands for year 5. And the shit show known as year 4 is finally over. 7-9. I mean, we've made it respectable. 1 game back from being second in our division, but that's still, you know, going from Super Bowl to 7-9. It's a little rough. We did have the hidden depth trait on that wide receiver, and it came out. It's star. Whatever. It's still a nice player to have, but why was it such a down year? I know the defense was shit. I saw 3 weeks that were giving up like 50-plus points. I'm going to guess we had one of the worst defenses in the league for no apparent reason, and Teddy did not have a good year. We're the number 22 offense. How are we the number 1 defense? I literally saw us give up 90 points in the span of 2 weeks while I was simming this. Let me see this. How do we have the least yards allowed, the second most points allowed? I don't get it. Do not get that whatsoever. Someone explain to me. That'd be great. Teddy Bridgewater was not particularly good. 3,400 yards, 26 touchdowns, but, it's his first year under 30. It's still been the Teddy, he won the Super Bowl. It's still the Teddy rebuild here. Great 1-2 punch here between McCaffrey and Freeman. Receiving 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns or more. He was in the slot. Ian Thomas has been a very solid tight end for us. Maybe disappointing. Curtis Samuel has probably been maybe the most underwhelming player on the offense. Defensively, Thompson, 100 tackles, 13 TFLs, 4.5 sacks. Sacks have also been very, very hard to come by. 6 picks, Jeremy Chin. I love seeing that. Would be dope if, I don't want to get my hopes up because interceptions seem to have no bearing whether or not a DB goes up a dev trade or not, which makes negative sense. But I want to see if there's something going on with the playbook here. Just because I know, like, are they running a like we're in a base 4-3, but what's our playbook here? 4-3 under, 4-3. I mean, maybe we go base 4-3 or something like that. I don't know if that's gonna do anything whatsoever, but I mean, we gotta figure it out. We got far too much talent on the defense to not be making the playoffs. Far too much talent on either side of the ball. But yeah, year 4, shit show. Let's get in the offseason, spend all of our money, and go all in year 5 and win another Super Bowl with Carolina. Forgot, quick look at the awards. MVP went to Russell Wilson, and then the NFC, don't think we're going to have anyone. Jones, Shepard, Bakhtiari, Nick Bosa, Devin White. Oh, there we go. Full credit. Jeremy Chin, number 1 DB. Maybe that's an extra bonus for him to go up depth trade. Led the team in picks, and he's DB of the year. Surely he should be a superstar. Jeremy Chin, superstar. Jeremy Chin, superstar. Jeremy Chin, superstar. Broken. It's still broken. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Don't have enough money to get Fletcher Cox, which would be a big upgrade at D tackle. Pretty much have to re-sign Paradis. Best center available. I think that's even like a cheaper deal than what we could have got him in season. But can we get Fletch? He only wants there's no way. He wants a 1 year. We could get DJ Reader, I guess. Slide a bit in here on DJ Reader. Try to bring back Paradis as our starting center. Those would be 2 solid moves. There we go. We got them both. All right. So the year 5 draft's always, does it mean anything? Like what's actually good? So in case I do decide to do like a revisit, I guess. That's kind of how I thought about it. We just got some wideouts here. This one's one of the best bunch. Cortland Warren out of Washington State. Hidden dev, 69 deep threat. Like that. But in the first round here, we got Luke Jackson, another wide receiver, just to come in and add some depth. He was the best player available on our board. And, again, if we do decide to come back and do more years of this rebuild, Teddy's getting old. So we got Dwayne Underwood from South Carolina, 74 hidden dev QB, 6'5", strong arm, 92 throw power, accuracy looks good, solid athlete, real good looking QB prospect. But it's the Teddy show. He's just a backup for now. The last hurrah for the Carolina Panthers, 90 overall. From where we started as I think we're 78 or 79. We are starting to see regression for Teddy Bridgewater, just a little bit. It's minimal, but it exists. It's still there. Skill position player, McCaffrey's been lights out, still 99. We got DJ Moore, another member of the 99 club. Curtis Samuel should break into the 90s at some point. O-line has been very, very solid. Definitely best move of this rebuild. Maybe the best position switch we've made. It could probably even rival when we switched Auden Tate in that Bengals rebuild from wide receiver tight end. Is moving Greg Little from tackle to guard. 87 is one of the best guards in the NFL now. Defensively, I don't know if it's necessarily this. I don't know what would be considered the strength of our team. They're pretty well balanced, man. On the D-line here, no more K1 Short. We brought in DJ Reader, so we got a lot of run stuffing ability here. Frees up things for Gross Matos and Brian Burns to get at the quarterback. Trey Brown's up to a 91 in the secondary, 88 for Jackson. Bean is an 80, Man's 84, Chin's 85. The linebacking core all got dev traits. I think one of the best linebacking cores in the NFL. And that was kind of a priority, is to replace Luke Kuechly. Make Panther fans say, I don't want to say Luke Kuechly who, but it's not an issue anymore. It was always an issue, we don't have Luke Kuechly. Anytime the linebackers look bad or anytime they play bad, it's like, oh, watch, we had Luke Kuechly. And now hopefully they've moved on and they're like, well, we're good. We're in a good spot. So here we go, year 5. Let's win our second Super Bowl. All right, I'm just straight up simming the whole year. No idea if we're going to make the playoffs or not. The honest reaction, if we don't, I think we should. We made the playoffs, 9-7. This team is way better than a 9-7 team, but at least we have a chance to win our second Super Bowl. Up to a 91 overall. I don't think we would have those dev traits unlocked for those dudes. They're not, the quarterback. Let's just peek. I just want to see. I just want to keep this in mind in case we do want to come back and continue with the Carolina Panthers, which has definitely been our funnest rebuild. Any superstar. Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. How did we get to 97? Well, we won the division, NFC South. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of how many divisions we've won, but I think that might be our second divisional title. Statistically speaking, Teddy's kind of peaked a little bit. 3,200 yards, 25 touchdowns, chipped in 4 rushes. That's 29. Never really lived up to the level that he hit that first year, but hey, we're still looking good. 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, McCaffrey. Ooh. It's not good. Those are not good numbers. Those are definitely not good numbers for our receivers. Defensively, Shaq Thompson continuing to be a tackle machine. 10.5 sacks, Brian Burns. 7 gross matos. 4 picks for Matt Man. Matt. How did I not think of that when I drafted him? Well, we're the number 1 defense in the NFL. Yearly awards, MVP went to, obviously, at this point, automatic. That whoever is quarterback of the Chicago Bears is always going to be, at worst, on this list. Tone that down. Please tune that in a future update. For us, I don't think we're going to have a whole lot here, to be honest with you. All right, it's a low-key year for Carolina. No award winners, which is good. No other distractions. No one got a big head. And we start things off by being that little shitty team that's 9-7, playing a 12-win team in the wild card, but we can do it. We're hosting, and we can do it. Let's go. Hit them with those Adam Gase crazy eyes. We can win it. We can win it. All right? If Adam Gase can have a job still, we can upset a 12-win Green Bay team. So we start off by kicking a field goal in the first quarter. Happy with it. Nope, not coming in. Not coming. I might come in if it gets a little shenanigan-y. I don't want this train to stop here. This isn't our station. This isn't our final stop, okay? I don't feel like it is anyways, but we dug ourselves in a hole, down 17-3, and we're only scoring field goals. Not good enough. Come on, old Teddy. Christian McCaffrey, someone do something. Get a touchdown here. I mean, you know, white flag's pretty much waving. 6 points. 6 points, man. That's not what we're looking for. Come on, Theodore. There's not really... Just throw it up, maybe? Just throw it into Rosie. Just get rid of it. I'm getting a touchdown. He has 2 picks. Not a good game for Teddy Bridgewater. 2 interceptions. No tutties. Right there to Middleton, who gets in. Thank you. Finally an offensive touchdown. I mean, maybe if we can get like a pick 6. Something crazy. I've seen crazier things, but we can at least make it look respectable here if we can get this into the end zone. Let's have McCaffrey run a slant too. Or streak. Ugh. Hey. We made it look respectable. We made it look respectable. We won our Super Bowl. We're not going to be too greedy. And with that superstar dev quarterback waiting in the wings, leaves the door open for us to come back and pick up where we left off for Carolina if I decide to start doing content like that at a later date. But actually, let's finish this one up by looking at the final career stats for all our guys. But Matt Stafford as quarterback of Green Bay? So yes, that will do it for the rebuild here of the Carolina Panthers. I do, like I said, I want to get this little sneak peek at these stats here. There's where Teddy finished. I mean, still super impressive. Won a Super Bowl, was runner-up for league MVP. Did a lot, man. I thought, honestly, we'd have to move on for Teddy Bridgewater. But he did a good job. McCaffrey, it is what it is. His stats, he's freaking nature. Best running back in the NFL. In terms of receiving numbers, I definitely think offensively, excluding the fact that Christian McCaffrey just did not get any receiving numbers, Curtis Samuel was probably the most disappointing player on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, Shaq Thompson needs 1 tackle to go over 1,000. He'd get that for sure. Sacks have definitely been down. We had 2 double-digit sack seasons, I think, from Brian Burns. Probably would have liked a little bit more, but yeah, we had 10 sacks there, 10.5 in 2024. We just couldn't get pressure, man. Few and far between. Not nearly enough. DBs were good. For sure, happy. I'm really happy with this. Like I said, this has definitely been the best rebuild we've done so far in Madden 21. I hope you guys feel the same. Hopefully, I'm not just completely out of touch on this one. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you did enjoy this rebuild, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers. We'd love to hit that sooner than later. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it because it helps the video in the old YouTube algorithm. I'll tell you what, leave a comment in the comment section below. And the most requested team will be the rebuild team that we do next in a couple days' time. So thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. And I'll see you guys back here in the next one. Is that a thing? Is that a thing people do? No? I feel stupid for doing that, but I don't really want to edit it out. Let's just act like I don't know, smoking cigarettes is gross too. I don't know. That's just act like I didn't do that. And please don't unsubscribe because I just did that. All right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.